We just finished up an interview at KAWC Studios with Miss Cocopah Jocentah Marie Miller and Alexandra Rangel, who is the Civic Engagement Reporter for KAWC, and Rosa Santos, you serve on the Miss Cocopah Committee. And this was a first for you and a first for you. This is the first time that you were interviewed by an experienced journalist, and this is the first time that you have interviewed a Native American royalty. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the intersection of culture and civic engagement and what that means. What does that mean to you as a civic engagement reporter?
As a civic engagement reporter, I'm really looking to talk to people who, go out of their way to maybe serve in the community, how they engage with their community. And so something like, what Jocentah's doing, she's taking on a big, mission, a big step here. Representing her tribe, and you put in a lot of time of that you maybe could be doing something else, but it's something beautiful to see, taking part in. So it's really great to talk to you and see how you're serving your community and hoping to kind of impart some of your wisdom to the younger generations, which I think is really important.
And being the ambassador, you are the Cocopah's ambassador when you go visit other tribes, and also when you go to other than tribal events like the tree lighting. Mm-hmm. You were also at the Cocopah Earth Day Festival last year. We're going to have our third Earth Day Festival coming up, and I'm sure you're going to be a part of that. So right now, what's changed for you in the course? You're halfway through your reign, and you're halfway through that now, and you've accomplished a lot, and you've traveled a great deal. Talk about what that means to you and what you hope to see moving forward.
Yeah, well, it's an honor to travel outside of Yuma because I've never really traveled. And so it's just fun meeting other tribes, other royalties. It's a great experience, and everyone's been so nice.
And as part of that outreach, civic engagement, you're going to be at the Crossroads Mission for the 3 days of Christmas. Talk about what you hope to accomplish.
Well, I hope to accomplish a greater understanding of what the community is in need of, not just our community. Crossroads Mission doesn't just serve Yuma. They serve Winter Haven. They serve Somerton. They serve whoever needs the help. So I'm hoping to gain a lot more knowledge. I know I have an idea of the amount of support the food bank needs, but I'm hoping to gain a better understanding of how we can effectively help.
Absolutely. And let's talk more about that nexus about the community and the whole community. FEMA, I've had a lot of FEMA classes, and they always stress the whole community because Yuma has a lot of communities. In fact, we are an international community when you think about it. We have two sovereign Native American tribes. We have the international border with Mexico. We have people from all over the world.
That's right.
What does that mean to you in terms of your reporting? And what does that mean to you as part of your duties and your mission doing outreach? Just talk amongst yourselves about what that means.
Yeah, as a reporter, it's just so many cultures that we have in our small little region. And so making sure that we reach every one of those, little corners of our county is very important to me. So, I serve the community as a reporter, I'm bringing light to some of the issues that they may be facing, or even something positive that's going on in the community. That is my job. So it's something that I don't take lightly.
And you're from this community. What does it tell us about the big picture and the little picture of our communities? What stands out to all of you?
I think what stands out to me is, we share common interests. We share common struggles. We have the same problems that other counties have. And the greatest thing about where we're located, quite honestly, is we're all pretty close. And I've seen great examples of all our counties working together, like when we had the Mitchell Lake cleanup, when we had the bike ride drive. I mean, there's so many instances and examples that the leaderships of all these small communities, how they get together and work together. To me, that is serving a bigger picture, and it provides a lot of hope and inspiration.
Absolutely. And going back 1917 was when the federal government officially recognized Cocopah as a sovereign nation, and we had a centennial celebration in 2017. And one of the things that I guess struck me is when we go to the museum, and I encourage everybody to come to the Cocopah Museum and experience that display, because when you look at this, 100 years ago is not that long of a time. It's really not that long ago. And it's inspiring, and I think people who go to that museum get a better understanding and the depth of this, because this is about time and it's about place. And that's why this continues, especially with celebrating culture. Let's talk about that, celebrating culture.
Our favorite topic.
What is that? What does that mean for all of us?
Well, I know for us as Cocopahs, it's a part of our well-being. We use it to celebrate, to mourn, to heal. I mean, we use it for a lot of things, culture. And I know that we're not the only people around here who have culture. We have, the Hispanic culture. We have, African culture. We have European culture. And so I think everyone should be promoting their culture, because it makes us who we are. It keeps us human, keeps us grounded. And it has so many benefits, not just what we're recognized for, right? It has, like I said, I mentioned healing. It gives us, mental balancing. Sometimes we need that. We need to be grounded. We just walked in the building and we were smelling the sagebush, and we're like, and that relieved a lot of anxiety for us. So, I mean, that's how important it is. Yeah.
And then yesterday I wasn't really having a great day. And then so I had attended her bird dancing practice, and then when I dance, it just makes me feel better. So it does heal you, because I felt better, honestly. I was in a better mood than I was in the beginning.
And in your interview, you touched upon bird dancing and bird singing. Tell us more about bird song singing and dancing, and why it's so important.
I feel like an elder should answer that question. But I can tell you what I can. I know it's been, again, historical. This is a practice that our people had taken up to remember our history, remember our stories, remember our families. It was something that was handed down so that we have the knowledge of what to do and when to do it. There are very sacred moments in time, not just for Native Americans, but for all of us. When your grandmother's sick, she holds so much backbone to your family. What are you going to do after that? What are you going to do after that's gone? And so these stories tell you what to expect, how it's going to happen, where it's going to be, and so much more deeper than that. I'm still young. I'm still considered very young in our bird world, in our cultural world. But that definitely, I could tell you right now, is a question for a lead bird singer.
Definitely. Well, and if you want to learn more about Cocopah news, activities, events, and culture, you can find us on Cocopah Now on YouTube. You can also find us on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and all major platforms. And if you would like to receive a free monthly electronic newsletter, head to cocopah.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you can click on the newsletter tab. We promise not to share your contact information with any third parties. Thank you for joining us.